Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, May 30th, 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I value awareness upgrades. And today we have Mercury and Uranus conjunct. And this energy together can bring that feeling of tired, wired. It can be a little frenetic. It can kind of feel like when you're trying to do all the things at once and you kind of squirrel yourself. So we have that coming in. It's not going to come in till almost 11 p.m. Pacific time. So you may find yourself at bedtime being like, so be very aware of that. But as I was looking at the astro, that was the clear word that I got for it was upgrade. That this is an upgrade. And it makes sense because Uranus is our planet of evolution, revolution. Uranus is that energy of liberation. And I think we're going to add to our keywords for Uranus, upgrades. So Mercury, the planet of the mind, is being upgraded by Uranus, planet of higher mind, innovation. We're innovating our thinking. And this is happening in the sign of Taurus. So there's a mental component to it, and there's also a physical component to it. There's also earth components. Something I've noticed for years is that when we have a strong Uranus transit, a lot of times we get hit with strong solar storms. So that might be feeding into some of the, but again, that also may be part of our personal upgrades going on in and through this. On another layer, it's really about leveling up your alignment with your values, with your personal worth, with all things related to Earth, your Earth experience, almost like going to a hotel. Can we upgrade, please? Yes, please. An upgrade would be nice, right? So we have that option, but watch for that frenetic energy. Watch that you don't, end up on your butt because of trying to rush or overdo things. Because again, this energy can just make you feel like I need to move the energy out. So do some things to do that. We also have the sun and the moon today squaring each other. And this is interesting because Sun in Gemini has bright new ideas. And then the moon hanging out in Pisces connects us to the divine. It connects us to all of time. And so it's keeping in mind, like paying attention to the now and also knowing that there's a larger overview, a larger unfolding that's always happening. And I think it's important to remember, especially in unsettled times like this, that there is a divine plan. And I'm not saying that humans don't have nefarious energies going on with those things, but I do know when we personally align with our divine plan, we can help bring everything back to union. Joe was mentioning what he was feeling in these energies, and he was saying, like, keep in mind, like, the path, your vision that you want to take, and stay keen on it. The word keen really stood out to me because that's not a Joe word. I've never actually heard you use the word keen before. So stay keen on that higher plan for yourself. Last thing of note is that the moon and Venus will also be squaring, and Venus in Gemini is already looking at other options, and this moon may just push in that direction. So you might want some different stimulation today. You may want to read a different kind of book or watch a different kind of movie or a different show. So just be aware of that energy kind of working you, looking for something new. I go through those phases where I'm like, these things that I'm used to, it's not the thing. I need something new. A lot of times with music. Luce's feeling that way about her food right now. As a Taurus, she's like, what is this food you've given me? I deserve princess food. One last thing to keep our awareness on, Jupiter and Pluto building to that trine. Again, this feels like another potential mental upgrade with Jupiter in Gemini, empowering our thoughts, empowering even the vibrations that we are susceptible to in the world, and recognizing that we have the power. It's not going to reach its exact till Saturday, but Jupiter finally is at that 1 degree energy. It is finally inched to the 1 degree, and it's going to kick off that rolling Gemini ball. But it can, the mind can be taught. It can be taught. Why am I hearing Robin Williams say that? I think it's Genie. I think it's the genie in the bottle from Aladdin. It can be taught. The mind is pliable. It's not as pliable as children, but like, it can always learn new things. Keep that in mind. Keep in mind that your mind can learn new tricks because it's definitely possible with Jupiter and Gemini, especially if we stay open. Speaking of the mind, we have the Harmony card, and the Harmony card reminds us to keep our mind connected to our heart. And for some of us, that's a new important trick. We also have the Blooming card. This feels like our upgrades. This is the Queen of Pentacles. This is a promise of beautiful things. Keep your mind connected to beautiful vision in your life. Even when it goes down, we see visions of what's happening in the world. I think it's important to stay connected to what's happening, but at the same time, remember how powerful our vision is. So what do you want to see bloom in your life? The universe is like, it's all possible. We have the No Thingness card. This is a card that reminds us of spiritual law. Like, are you utilizing the concepts of spiritual law? And if you're not, like, maybe look into that and see, like, where it feels like it aligns for you. You also have the Maturity card. Again, feeling some upgrades. And being that these upgrades are happening in Taurus, this could be like financial, it could be worth-based, it could be based on your talents and gifts. Upgrades. That was the word. Our final card, furious times require furious dancing, but no, hard times require furious dancing. You should be dancing, and I get by with a little help from my friends. So lean into this, especially if you're feeling some of the struggle, if you are not able to reconnect your head and your heart. Wrong side of the card. A lot of times this energy can help with that. The other thing I think always helps is our pets. They remind us and bring us back to our open heart state when we feel hurt and closed off. So I'm going to leave that here for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. And the better it gets, the better it gets. There is more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power. And remember who you are, for you are the solution. Namaste.